हेलो डियर स्टुडेन्ट्स, आज चाहिँ हामी अर्ग्यानिक केमिस्ट्रीको एकदमै डिमान्डिङ भिडियो हेलो एल्केन्स एन्ड हेलो एरिन्स च्याप्टर पढ्न गइरहेका छौँ। र अर्ग्यानिक केमिस्ट्री चाहिँ एउटा यस्तो खालको सब्जेक्ट हो जो चाहिँ म पनि कन्फ्युज हुन्छु लाइक समटाइम्स। ओके, सो यो चाहिँ हामी के गर्नुपर्छ भन्दाखेरि रेगुलरली यसलाई चाहिँ प्र्याक्टिस गरिरहनुपर्छ। र अर्ग्यानिक केमिस्ट्री चाहिँ कस्तो प्रकारले पढ्नुपर्छ, कसरी पढ्नुपर्छ है, यसको ट्रिकहरू कस्तो हुन्छ, जस्तै नेमिङ रियाक्सनहरू हुन्छ। अब त्यो नेमिङ रियाक्सनलाई कसरी याद गर्ने, अब त्यो साह्रो पर्छ किनभने इक्जाममा CBSE ले यो क्वेसन सोध्छ एभ्री टाइम। नेमिङ रियाक्सन सोध्छ, अन्त अरू प्रिपरेसन सोध्छ, केमिकल प्रपर्टिज सोध्छ। सो अर्ग्यानिक केमिस्ट्री चाहिँ एकदमै स्टुडेन्टहरूको लागि साह्रो पनि हो, तर जसले यसको फर्मुला बुझ्छ नि कसरी पढ्नुपर्छ भनेर, त्यसको लागि एकदमै सजिलो पनि हो। सो यो चाहिँ अब कस्तो भन्नु, सजिलो पनि हो साह्रो पनि हो, र सजिलोमै साह्रो छ, साह्रोमै सजिलो छ है। यो चाहिँ अब हामीले प्र्याक्टिस कसरी गर्छौँ, कसरी पढ्छौँ, कन्सेप्ट हाम्रो कस्तो छ यसमा। जब हाम्रो कुनै पनि कुरामा कन्सेप्ट स्ट्रङ हुन्छ नि, तब चाहिँ हामी के गर्छौँ भन्दाखेरि त्यो फाउन्डेसनलाई युज गरेर हामी धेरै अप्ठ्यारो क्वेसनहरू पनि आरामले सल्भ गर्न सक्छौँ। सो हामी त्यो कन्सेप्ट पनि हेर्छौँ। च्याप्टरमा जस्तै कतिवटा टर्म भनेको हुन्छ है, त्यसलाई हाम्रो NCERT बुकमा के गरेको छैन भन्दा एक्जिजरेट गरेको छैन। लाइक NCERT बुक चाहिँ कस्तो छ भन्दा भेरी प्रिसाइज, त्यो एक लाइनले धेरै मिनिङ बुझाउँछ क्या त्यसमा। र स्टुडेन्ट हाम्रो चाहिँ अब के हुन्छ भन्दाखेरि कसैले त्यो लाइनलाई हामीले एक्जिजरेट गरेर पढ्दैन, किनभने त्यही नै बेसी भइरहेको हुन्छ नि त, अभियसली बेसी नै हुन्छ सबैलाई। सो त्यो डिटेल्स स्टडी हामी हेर्छौँ कि कस्तो हो, कसरी पढ्नुपर्ने अर्ग्यानिक केमिस्ट्री। ओके, अर्ग्यानिक केमिस्ट्री इज लाइक एउटा थ्रेड अथवा एउटा इट्स लाइक रोप भनौँ न। मैले पल्लो छेउमा तान्दाखेरि पल्लो छेउ पनि हल्लिन्छ। ओके, सो हामी अगाडि यो च्याप्टर जब राम्रो बुझ्दैनौँ, हामी नेक्स्ट च्याप्टर पनि बुझ्दैनौँ। सो एन्ड सो फार। ओके, सो के गरौँ भन्दाखेरि हामी यो हेलो एल्केन्स एन्ड हेलो एरिन्स भनेको के हो यसलाई पहिला राम्ररी बुझौँ, जसले गर्दा यो कन्सेप्ट हामी अगाडिको च्याप्टर्सहरूमा पनि युज गरेर हामीलाई सजिलो होस्। So in today's video we are going to talk about haloalkanes and haloarenes. So firstly, let's talk about the meaning of haloalkanes. Okay, so what is haloalkanes? Basically it has two words. One is halo and this is derived from halogens, and mostly we use fluorine, bromine and iodine as halogens. Okay, we will not consider astatine, though this is astatine is also group 17 element and it comes under halogen, but this is very heavy element and radioactive, so we are not considering astatine as a halogens. All right, so now what is this alkane mean? This alkanes means all the aliphatic hydrocarbons. Alright, so now यहाँनिर एउटा नयाँ वर्ड आयो, एलिफेटिक। ओके, यसलाई हामी अहिले एकछिनमा बुझ्छौँ। Now let's talk about the haloarenes. So it also has two word here, that is halo and arenes. Now this halo basically means same, this means halogen. All right, and it comprises fluorine, bromine and iodine. Now this arenes means all the aromatic hydrocarbon. Alright, all the aromatic. Now let's understand this aliphatic and aromatic. Basically, let's talk about first hydrocarbon. Alright, so this hydrocarbon basically means all the organic compound which are made up of carbon and hydrogen only. सो हाइड्रोकार्बन भनेको चाहिँ सबै अर्ग्यानिक कम्पाउन्ड जो चाहिँ कार्बन र हाइड्रोजनले मात्रै बनिएको छ। जस्तै इक्जाम्पल CH4, दिस इज मिथेन and it has a structure CHHH. Alright, so this is a compound, this is organic compound which is made up of only carbon and hydrogen. So methane, ethane, CH3, this is ethane, and this is also made up of carbon and hydrogen only, so this is also hydrocarbon. Alright, and so on. Now this hydrocarbon is subdivided into two groups, and one is aliphatic hydrocarbon and other one is aromatic hydrocarbon. Now what is this aliphatic hydrocarbon? Basically it comprises all the saturated hydrocarbon and all the unsaturated hydrocarbon. Alright, so now what is this saturated hydrocarbon? Means all the family of alkane. Alright, and this unsaturated means all the family of alkene and alkynes. This means it has a formula CnH2n plus 2, and it has a formula, we have studied this in class 10. Alright, CnH2n, and this has CnH2n minus 2. Here n represent number of carbon atom or atoms. Alright, so let's continue this. Now let's understand this alkane. Alright, so alkane, let's understand this with example first. This is CH4 methane. Alright, now C single bond C, this is ethane. Alright, now this C propane. Now let's apply this formula. Here n equals to number of carbon atom. Alright, n equals to number of carbon atom or atoms. So in first case, this in CH4 we have n equals to number of carbon atom is 1. This is so 1. So let's apply this formula. C1H2 into 1 plus 2, it will give CH4. Alright, so methane, it comes under the family of alkane. Alright, similarly in second case, this CH3. Alright, here n is number of carbon atom is 1 and 2. Now let's apply this formula. C2H2 into 2 plus 2, so it comes out to be C2H6, and this can be written as C2, right, and H6. So same formula. That means this ethene also fits under the family of alkane. So this is alkane. So all this comes under aliphatic hydrocarbons. Alright. Similarly, in case of unsaturated, we have the family of alkene and the family of alkyne. So it has a formula CnH2n minus 2, and it has a formula CnH2n. So first example is ethene, because in case of alkene we should have double bond. So हाइड्रोजन क्यान फर्म ओन्ली वान बोन्ड. हाइड्रोजनले के गर्छ भन्दाखेरि एउटा मात्र बोन्ड बनाउन सक्छ, जसले गर्दाखेरि यो डबल बोन्ड कसकै बीचमा हुनुपर्छ, कार्बनकै बीचमा हुनुपर्छ, र कार्बन कार्बनको बीचमा डबल बोन्ड हुनको लागि एटलिस्ट कतिवटा कार्बन युज हुन्छ, दुईटा. द्याट्स वाइ दिस इथ कम. ओके, इट कम्स फ्रम डबल कार्बन, 2 कार्बन. अलराइट, एन्ड ENE कम्स फ्रम फर डबल बोन्ड. अलराइट, सो C double bond C. So carbon can form only 4 bonds. So 1, 2, 3 and 4. Alright, 1, 2, 3 and 4. So it can be written as C2H, 1, 2, 3, 4, H4. And this fits under this formula. Here N equals to 2. So C2H2 into N is 2, so this is C2H4, and this is C2H4. Alright, so all the carbon compounds which possess carbon double bond between the carbon atom, carbon को बीचमा the double bond छन् हामी alkene भन्छ. Similarly, in case of alkyne we have triple bond between carbon. So it also starts from eth, because carbon can form this triple bond, but hydrogen can form only one bond. So carbon hydrogen triple bond is not possible. That's why eth. But in case of alkyne, we add YNE. Alright. So in simple, we can say Alkene is carbon single bond. That is single bond. Alkene, in between carbon double bond. And alkyne, triple bond between carbon. Alright, so but all this comes under what? All this comes under aliphatic hydrocarbon. Aliphatic hydrocarbon. So now let's understand this haloalkanes first with some examples. Let's say I have alkane. This is single bond between carbon atom. Alright, so simplest example is methane. So if I take out this hydrogen, alright, and if I add one halogen atom, let's say fluorine, and let's remove this hydrogen, and it becomes, let's say this hydrogen is this, alright, then it becomes F. Now this is alkene, but now this becomes, this is halogen, alright, so halo, and this is alkane part, so haloalkane. alright, यस्तै गरी यदि मेरोमा नेक्स्ट alkane, this is ethane. इफ यसमा पनि मैले नि एउटा हाइड्रोजन कुनै पनि निकाले र यहाँनिर मैले हेलोजनलाई एड गर्दै, लेट्स से इन केस अफ क्लोरिन, अलराइट, लेट्स से दिस इज ए हाइड्रोजन जुन मैले निकाले यहाँबाट, भने के हुन्छ भन्दा दिस स्ट्रक्चर बिकम्स and this is also haloalkane. Similarly, if I take alkene, simplest alkene is ethene. यो भन्दा सानो alkene हुँदैन, alright, this is ethene. Now similarly, if I remove any one hydrogen, alright, we are considering only one, यो दुईटा पनि निकाल्न सक्छ, alright, त्यो बादमा हेर्छौं हामी, and यहाँ कुनै पनि मैले हेलोजन एड गरे, लेट्स से फ्लोरिन we already used, let's say bromine, and this, if this is this hydrogen, then it becomes this, and this is also haloalkane. Alright, so in case of alkyne, this simplest alkyne, carbon must have 4 bond, 1 2 3 4, 1 2 3 4, this is also 1 2 3 4, 1 2 3 4, 1 2 3 4 all. So if I remove this hydrogen and if I add another halogen atom, let's say iodine, alright, so this becomes iodine, and this is also haloalkane. Alright, so all this comprises haloalkane. So in simple sense I can say that haloalkanes is the halogen. Alright, halogen basically we denote with this capital letter X, halogen. Derivatives भनेको derive गरेको of aliphatic hydrocarbon, and in organic chemistry aliphatic is represented by R, this R, or in general we can say that Rx represent haloalkane. This halo means X and alkanes means R, so Rx generally represents haloalkanes. So in general, if RH represent aliphatic hydrocarbon, and if I remove this hydrogen and add any one halogen, 1, 2 or 3, that also is a classification. Alright, we will discuss this in later. So it becomes Rx, so this is haloalkane. So we can say that this haloalkane is a halogen derivatives of what? Aliphatic hydrocarbon. Alright. Okay, now let's understand what is haloarenes. I already talked about this. Halo means halogens, bromine and iodine, and arenes means aromatic hydrocarbon. Now what does this aromatic hydrocarbon means? It means it should follow few criteria. Alright, and number 1 is, for a compound to be an aromatic hydrocarbon, it should be cyclic or ring structure. Alright, so best example is benzene. This is benzene. This is ring अथवा cyclic. Alright, so next criteria is it should follow 4n plus 2 pi electrons rule. This is Huckel's rule, and here n represent all positive integers including 0. That means 0, 1, 2, 3, integral value. Alright, integral value. Now it should follow this, and when n equals to 1, when n equals to 0, we have another compound. We will not discuss this because the video will be lengthy, so we'll only discuss the compound which we will be talking in this chapter or in class 12. This is benzene only. Alright, so we'll discuss only benzene as an aromatic compound in class 12. So when n equals to 1, this formula becomes 4 into 1 plus 2 pi electrons. That means 4 into 1 is 4 plus 2 is 6 pi electrons. So in case of benzene, we have 6 pi electrons. But this has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So it also benzene also follow this Huckel empirical rule, and it has a ring structure or cyclic structure. Now third criteria is it should have delocalized or conjugated double bond. Alright, that is alternate double bond. And in case of benzene, we can see benzene has alternate double and single bond. Double bond and this single bond, and this double bond and this single bond, double bond and this single bond. It has a formula C6H6. C1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and H is also here. We have H. यो H नदेखाउँदा पनि हुन्छ यसरी. So this is the structure of benzene. Now fourth criteria is aromatic compound should have planar in nature. So planar means if this is a benzene, and if we slice this benzene, then we will get its mirror image. Right? If we slice this way in a plane, then it will be a mirror image. So this is planar. So we will get the same structure. Right, so benzene is planar. So benzene follow all these criteria. It is cyclic or ring structure. It follow 4n plus 2 pi electrons, that is Huckel rule, and it has a conjugated double bond, that is double bond single bond, or delocalized pi electrons we can say, are planar in nature. So all these 4 criteria is followed by this benzene. So benzene is an aromatic compound. So benzene is an aromatic compound. Alright, so benzene is an example of haloarenes. Now let's draw a structure of benzene, this aromatic compound. Alright, similarly, if we remove any hydrogen from here and if we add any halogen, then it becomes, let's say this is the hydrogen which is removing, so this is X and H, 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 H and H. Alright, so this is an example of haloarenes, and this is aromatic hydrocarbon. So if we remove hydrogen from aromatic hydrocarbons and if we substitute with halogen 1, 2 or 3 depends, then it becomes haloarenes. So in simple sense, what I can say, what is haloarenes? Haloarenes are the halogen derivatives of aromatic hydrocarbon. All right. Now, let's do some quick recap what we have studied till now. We studied haloalkanes. So haloalkanes is commonly known as alkyl halide. Alkyl halide. Just remember this, okay? Alkyl halides. Alkyl means all the aliphatic groups. All the aliphatic groups. It's similar to alkanes. And halides means it's halogen. It's halogen. So basically, जब हामी कुनै पनि कम्पाउन्डको नाम लेख्छौँ नि, एउटा IUPAC, this International Union of Pure and Applied Chemistry, basically this IUPAC ले एउटा नाम दिएको हुन्छ जो युनिभर्सल एक्सेप्टेड हुन्छ. अर्को हामी कमन नेम पनि युज गर्छौँ. अलराइट, सो IUPAC ले दिएको नाममा हामी IUPAC ले दिएको नाममा कस्तो फर्ममा लेख्छौँ भन्दा हेलोएल्केन्स को फर्ममा लेख्छौँ कुनै पनि कम्पाउन्डको नाम. हेलोएल्केन्स, पहिले हेलोजन भन्छौँ, त्यहाँबाट एल्केन पार्ट्सलाई भन्छौँ. बट इन कमन नेममा हामी सेम कम्पाउन्डलाई एल्काइल हेलाइडको फर्ममा नेम गर्छौँ. जस्तै इक्जाम्पल हेरौँ. लेट्स राइट वान कमन general reaction. If I remove this hydrogen and if I add any halogen, and this becomes RX, and this is aliphatic hydrocarbon, and this is haloalkane or alkyl halide, same. Now let's take one example, simplest example. Let's say CH3 is alkyl part, this is R part, and this is H. Basically this is CH4, but I am writing this in this form, RH form, RH. Alright, RH form. So this hydrogen, we are removing this hydrogen, and if we remove this hydrogen and if we add, let's say, fluorine, then this becomes CH3F. Now this compound has two names. One is IUPAC name and one is common name. Now what is this IUPAC name of this compound? So we have to name first halo. Alright, so halo here is fluoro, and alkane part is, this is methane, so this is fluoromethane. Alright, now common name we have to write in this form, alkyl halide. So first alkyls means this is methyl, halides means fluoride. So same compound has two names. This is fluoromethane, has a IUPAC name, and methyl fluoride is a common name. Alright, so यो दुईटै कुरा हामीले याद हुनुपर्छ, कमन नेम पनि यसको र यसको आइयुपिएसी नेम पनि. सबै कम्पाउन्डको कमन नेम हुँदैन, आइयुपिएसी नेम तर सबै कम्पाउन्डको हुन्छ. आइयुपिएसी मा हामी नम्बरिङहरु पनि गर्छौं यदि हाम्रो मोर देन वन फंक्शनल ग्रुप छ भने. अलराइट, त्यो हामी बादमा डिस्कस गर्छौं. नाउ लेट्स टक अबाउट हेलोएरिन्स. In general, haloarenes is represented by arene. For arene we write AR, and halo, for halo we write X. So ARX basically denotes haloarenes. Now similarly, in general, if ARH is aromatic hydrocarbon, and if we remove this H and if we add any halogen atom, then it becomes ARX, and this ARX is haloarenes. And similarly, just like haloalkanes, it has a common name, aryl halides. Alright, so let's take one example, and this example of aromatic compound we are dealing in class 12 is benzene. So this is benzene, C6H6, we have H11H here, and if we remove any hydrogen, let's say this is the hydrogen we are removing, minus H, and we are adding, let's say, any halogen atom, chlorine, then it becomes chlorine, conjugate double bond is here, H. Now this is haloarenes, alright, and this is hydrocarbon, aromatic hydrocarbon. Now it has a two name, IUPAC, similar like haloalkanes, and common name. Now IUPAC मा हामी नाम लेख्दाखेरि हेलोएरिन्स को फर्ममा लेख्नुपर्छ. सो फर्स्टमा हेलो here is chloro, and arene is benzene, so this is chlorobenzene. Alright, so while naming in a common name we should use aryl halide. Aryl here is benzyl or phenyl. हामी phenyl पनि भन्छौं यो रिङलाई, phenyl. This is halide, means chloride. Phenyl chloride. Alright, so this is the introduction part of haloalkanes and haloarenes. अब नेक्स्ट मा चाहिँ हामी के पढ्छौं भन्दाखेरि यसको क्लासिफिकेसन पढ्छ. अलराइट, त्यहाँबाट हामी पढ्दै जान्छौं अगाडि. So let's stop here.